You staring at the screen is not going to change whether that trade closes in blue or red. Rick asked, can you talk about the mindset people need to have when it comes to a copier trades, especially when they know it's set up correctly? Treat it like something you can check once in a week or month versus every day. Okay, so I left a voice message in one of the communities this morning saying, and actually, I talked to somebody about this yesterday. The people who have literally 8 and 9 figures invested in and near me on hedge funds, do you know how often they check in on their money? Anybody? And not if you heard that message this morning. So anybody but you guys. Does anybody else know how often they check in on their money? Send
I'm
it to me.
guessing every month.
So
I think they probably want quarterly reviews if I were to guess.
yep, quarterly
Yeah.
reviews. Like most people, and these are people with, and I'm not being derogatory, people with way more money than you and I, okay? They want to know how their money is doing quarterly, okay? I mean, every now and then they might want a monthly report, but that's very rare. Even bigger people want their annual returns. Why do you think they call it APR, right? Your average percent, whatever, right? That's what it is. It's annual. So when companies and credit cards and bank accounts give you the APY, whatever, seriously, it's annual. And some of you guys are looking at this like it's a millisecond by millisecond thing. It's, I don't know who needs a girlfriend. I don't know who needs a life. Like we can book a trip or something like, but some people,
Hey, stop talking about me, Jenny.
I need a girlfriend in the life, but I'm not looking at Palestine.
Yeah,
right?
me too, Jenny.
I'm saying here, okay? I understand. Like, for example, yesterday I took a lot of the day off. I took a couple of meetings in between at coffee shops, but I needed to get out of my office. Since I got back from Europe, it has been nonstop. I hadn't even been to the beach in so long. Went to the beach, went to this little beauty spa. It was so much fun and beautiful. Very nice restaurant, the first one, and then the second one, just a nice little coffee shop, just to go live. The trades will fall when and where they will. You will lose some trades. There will be crappy days. But if you are emotionally connected to it, and this goes the same thing. I want that really peace of mind. This is meant to be hands-free intentionally. Check in on it at the end of the month. Check in to see what's happening at the end of the month. That's it. As long as you have it set up properly, this is not something you babysit. There will be red periods, there will be down periods, but people with real money, I'm talking way bigger than you and me, they're not looking at whether the Apple stock is up or down. They're trusting their fund manager to get them in and out of positions and get them to a net positive. And, they'll give them some grace on some months that maybe weren't net positive. You have to. Even Warren Buffett's company, some of the companies, these private hedge funds that my partners and we kind of compare against, they do a lot of NAS, for example. Their month to month numbers, and I don't want to use the word compete. They have months where they're up 3-4%. They have months where they're down 1.5%, right? This is part of the process. And that's our meter beat, to give you an idea. And we by far beat that. But the people where you're competing against, this is not an everyday occurrence. I don't know how to say that more nicely, to say get a life outside of your screen, set it up, and check in on it. As long as you know it's running, the good and the bad will happen. You staring at it is not going to change whether or not JPY tanks or not. So if it doesn't tank, it doesn't tank. You staring at the screen is not going to change whether that trade closes in blue or red. In fact, I talked to a gentleman yesterday who was actually really cool because he said it was a learning experience, because before, when he's winning or losing, he felt like maybe he might have to make a decision. But in this case, his job is to observe it, and that's it. Whether or not it's in drill down, you're just observing it, and that's it. That's all that's happening. You're not managing it. You can if you want to. You can micromanage, but that's it. I mean, I don't have anything beyond that to say to people to help them change their mindset. I would just say it's not your dopamine fix. You need to find other things that bring you joy. Learn to read, like take a walk, go on a hike, find other things. This is coming from the girl who loves me some business. It is my passion. But get a life.
Can I add to that real quickly?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I think it's an issue of people that don't have real money wanting to make $1 billion overnight. People that have real money, the first job is to protect capital. And in addition to that, money managers, number one, is not actually their own personal money. They're managing other people's money. And even if a position goes negative, as long as the underlying understanding is that this thing is going to keep going up, they actually are happy to add positions. So it's almost like dollar cost averaging it.
That.
Well, you
What-
know, I'm retired, Miss Jenny. So you made a good statement that most people don't understand. I have people with my fund manager once a quarter, and we make adjustments if we need to make adjustments, or he'll bring something to me that he think may be something I may want to look at. And you can't make this market do anything you want to do. A market is like a woman, you know. You just got to be there when she's there. She's gonna move when she want to move. You know.
Be very careful saying that.
Well, I've been with my wife almost 50 years, so I'm telling you from experience. You know, they make their
No,
mind up.
we know, but the other women will come for you saying
You're,
that.
you're hanging around a bunch of other people's wives. So
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna do what it has to do when it wants to do it, and we just got to be there when it makes the move.